Hello, everyone. My name is John,
Hi, and I'm Allegra.
and this is going to be part two of our of you understand that you are more powerful than you think. So, what if the power you've been searching for has been within you all along? This is what we're going to be discussing today. But
Yes.
before we do that, Allegra is going to read an inspirational tidbit from Ezra.
And this tidbit is what our video is based upon. There is a part one that's already been loaded up, and this is part two of it because it was kind of lengthy. So here is the tidbit that this video is going to be based on. Understand that you are more powerful than you think. The tendency for humans to allow themselves to be led by the masses is not to their advantage. We would advise that you look inward to the power that is available to all of you. And in that knowing of your power, when action is taken, there is an alignment that is a guarantee of the outcome. Ezra.
Mhm. So,
So,
yeah,
okay,
so we're very excited to carry on with this conversation. Um, we talked about how Ezra talked about uh, alignment guarantees the outcome yesterday. So we're going to be moving on to the next segment. And Allegra's just going to bring up Ezra.
here we go. We are here.
Welcome back.
Good to be back.
So we're doing our part two of the session that we started yesterday, and it's about finding our power. So we're just going to continue with some questions if that's okay with you. What does it feel like when we are in full alignment with our power?
You feel, as humans, your emotions are in check. You feel happy, you feel light, you feel the confidence of what you are doing, you feel love, you feel joy, you feel in sync with yourself, the surroundings, and others. You feel as if the decisions that you are making are going to line up based on the reality that you are wanting. You are not making decisions from a place of anger, desperation, emotional upset. Everything feels as if it's flowing. The universe yields signs to you that is synchronized with your thinking and your emotional output. You feel as if there is magic. Some of you would say, I am magical, but that magic happens. You feel it. You see things happening that what you would call out of the blue instances. That's when you are lined up and in alignment. Another asking,
So our feelings dictate if we're operating from that place then.
yes, that
Uh,
is why we have always said to pay attention to the way you feel. Let the emotions be the guide. Another asking,
so what role does trust play in this process?
trust would be paying attention to your feeling and trusting that that good feeling intuition is what it is, not second guessing yourself. So when you've made the decision to do an action based on what you believe will be beneficial to you, there is that point where you are in the making of the decision, which is you've got the choice to either do this thing or do that thing. And as you choose either this or that, as the choosing happens, you allow yourself to feel that it is what it is. It is the choice that is going to benefit you the most. And as you are feeling that emotion, understand that that is trusting yourself, trusting the emotion, trusting the universe and your higher self into guiding you to make the choices that would benefit you. Some humans would say, what about trusting others? Well, we would frame it this way: it's not about trusting or not trusting others, it is about feeling around the information that is coming back to you from what others are emitting. So if you are sure in your decision and someone else is a part of that, and there is that emotional output frequency that mirrors your own or feels in sync with yours, then yes, the trust that you are feeling is because of the like energy vibration that is coming about from the both of you. So you can phrase that as trusting another, but it all comes down to what you are feeling. Understood?
Understood.
Very well. Another asking:
Still, many of us struggle with self-doubt. What advice do you have for those who find it hard to believe in their own power?
start small. Look for simple, everyday decisions that you are making, whether it's the food you eat, whether it's a direction that you need to go to. Start paying attention to those little things and how you make the decisions and how you feel. And as you start with the little things and that confidence grow in knowing that you are making the right decisions for yourself, for you will be able to feel that and know it, then move on to bigger things. But everything start from a place of small. As a baby, you didn't learn to crawl as soon as you came out of the womb. There was a leading up to it. There were things that you needed to do with your physicality that would allow you to walk or to crawl. So it is the same instance with learning to trust your intuition, your alignment, and your energy. Another asking:
Yeah, so what are some of the common distractions that pull people away from their own power?
trusting in others. And that's where we would elaborate on that trust again. As mentioned before, you asked, what does trusting of others play in the role of all of this? Well, we say energy as well. So if you are not trusting yourself, then it means that the energy you have around your decision making is one of someone else knows better for me. And even though the information that they may be giving you resonates within you, something that is helpful, you still have the power to choose or not. And if you are choosing to take the information that resonates with you on a very good vibrational level, then that power is within you. You've chosen. But power, again, is if you've decided to go against it and decided that I will let that person make the choice for me, then you're giving away that power. If you are one that is considering yourself to be humble in the sense that I don't like to ruffle feathers, I'll make myself as small as I can be so
Mhm.
others won't notice me. If I make this decision for myself, then I may hurt others or others may not like me. Those are the things of the examples of giving away your power. For if you are making decisions in alignment and decisions out of love and love for yourself, then you cannot hurt anybody else. You will never strive to make yourself small. And in that point of hurting others, understand that what you do with your vibration in terms of your happiness has no real relevance in hurting anyone. They feel the emotion of hurt based on their perception of what is going on around them. So they also need to take ownership for their vibration and their interpretation of what's happening. So never allow, as you say, to feel the hurt in such a way that you're giving power to the other one. You are not hurting anyone. They are interpreting what you are doing as diminishing them, but it is their interpretation. Understood?
Understood.
Yes. So, in the feeling of powerlessness, it is also your interpretation of yourself,
Mhm.
of not being sure of yourself, of not understanding that everything comes back to a choice on how you feel about yourself, about the way you speak to yourself.
Mhm.
It is never about others. Another asking,
Just to expand on that a little bit, um, there's people in our lives, like my parents have moved on, but there are people in our lives, and some of the viewers might be younger and have their parents in their lives and are very strong influence, and and those distractions you can have a real struggle with. How do they overcome situations like that
again, in little things. So, for example, if there is one that has, as you say, parents that have a very strong outlook on certain things, let's say, for example, schooling,
then?
and this particular individual would like to follow a path that is not in keeping with what their parents believe would be the schooling that would help them along their adult travels. So now there is worry and there is the feeling of I'm going to let them down. The simple way to go about empowering yourself along these paths is perhaps saying to yourself, I know that they have my best interest at heart. They are not trying to hurt me. They are where they are at this particular point in their lives based on their perception of the life that they lived before having me. They are not there to make decisions for me. I can make decisions for myself that would benefit me and them as well. And if you start going about looking things as a benefit for yourself and others, then what happens is that if there is a discussion or an action around moving forward in certain things that you believe will not be in keeping with others' ideas for you, what you would find is over time, because sometimes it does not happen right away, the universe will start yielding ways in which conversations become easier, where open mindedness becomes easier on the other part. And sometimes, in instances, you just have to take the reins and do what is best for you. Another asking,
Yes, so there's other distractions that I want to talk about. How does our relationship with external influences like societal norms, social media, and other people's opinions affect our ability to act from our true power?
by paying attention to them.
Mhm.
So we understand that in your environment at this point in your history, there is a lot of things what you would call distractions.
Mhm.
But the things that you are labeling distractions are not distractions. The thing that is distracting is your focus. So as you decide to pay attention to these things that, let's remember, you create your reality.
Mhm.
So you've created the reality of having televisions. You have created the reality of existing in a time that has social media. You have created the reality and existing of a time where others feel as if their opinion matters more than anybody else's. So these are the realities that you have created based on your focus. So now you will need to understand that since you've created these reality by focusing on them and the content within them, you now have the power to pick and choose in all of these what content will benefit you.
Mhm.
So they are not distraction in a sense. The thing itself is not a distraction. It is what you choose to focus on that thing that is distracting you. So social media is not a distraction. What you decide to focus on social media can be the distraction. People out there are not a distraction, but what you have decided to focus on in people around you will become the distraction if you let it. For as you are focusing on them, you are creating a reality of more of what you are focusing. So if on social media you've decided to focus on those who are light, who are happy, who are bringing joy, when you observe them, not necessarily into the world because everything is about yourself. When you observe them, if you are feeling happy, you are feeling light, you are feeling inspired, you want to move within that energy, then you focus there. It does not feel like a distraction. It does not feel like something that is heavy and you do not want. But if you are not wanting to focus on the negative and you decide that you are going to focus on it because others around you are doing it, then you find that you feel the discord of that focus. The power is within you, not the things that you are deeming to be the negative. Another asking,
Yeah. If alignment guarantees the outcome, does that mean failure doesn't really exist?
in a sense, no, because you are always in alignment with something. Humans have a tendency when observing the manifestation laws of attraction, they tend to focus only on the good, which is absolutely necessary to bring about a reality that shows you the things that you deem good. But also remember that focus is focus and energy is energy, and the law of attraction does not discriminate. So if you are focusing on something that is not to your advantage, guess what? You are aligning yourself up with it, hence the alignment. So if there is something that you deem as a failure, we would say do not deem it as bad focus. Imagine a camera lens. You'd like to have a very clear picture of what you'd like to have reflect back into the camera. And as you look in the lens, it seems a little bit distorted. Do you say to yourself that it is a failure? No. You adjust the lenses. So in that instance, the things that you are deeming a failure is just an indicator that you need to refocus the lenses. So, in essence, you are never really failing, you are just tweaking your focus to allow the things that you would like to experience to come into your reality. Another asking,
So yeah, how should we perceive so-called failures in our lives? People, it's human nature and the norm that if you didn't have a positive outcome, it's a failure. So how should we perceive those so-called failures in our lives then?
we would say it is still a positive outcome because, in that, what you consider failure, what we would say a misalignment of focus, you are now very much aware of what you would like to have your focus on. So, would you say that that is negative or positive?
Positive.
Precisely. So, in that positive experience of understanding what you do not want, you will now move forward in focusing the lenses on your camera to get the clearest picture possible to move towards what it is you are wanting to capture. Another asking,
So failures would be more contrast than it would be an actual failure. It's a life lesson type thing. Is that what I'm gathering?
you can label it as life lessons. Yes. We can we will label it as a means of sorting through the mud, if that makes sense.
Mm-hmm. Yes, it does
Yes. So it is a sorting, as you say, a contrast. It is a difference from where you want to be and where you actually are. Those are the things that we would label it as, but never a failure from our perspective. Another asking.
You know, I think we've wrapped this up really well in a nice tight package. I hope the viewers are enjoying what you're sharing with us, Ezra. I know I thoroughly enjoy it, and I appreciate your time.
We appreciate the opportunity immensely. Until our next interaction, good day. Bye.
Hey, so that's our interaction with Ezra for today, yesterday's and today's videos. I don't know what you guys got from it, but boy, there was a lot of great information. I hope you viewers can appreciate
And
the
me.
fact
And me.
and her can appreciate the information that Ezra is sharing with us. This is infinite intelligence that we're tapping into. This isn't just some small thing. This is for us. This is huge. I don't know if
Yes.
you notice. You'll notice my eyes kind of wander over to our monitor a lot of times, and they're not on the camera. I'm looking at Ezra through my wife on the monitor, and it's just still astonishing to me. It really is. Like what we're dealing with. It's actually quite incredible. I don't know how else to express it except for it just amazes me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I'm just the messenger. I'm just the vehicle, the vessel. They
Hmm.
come through. I let them do what they need to do in
Okay.
terms of getting their messages out to you,
Hmm.
and I know the messages are good because when I have my private conversations with them, even though sometimes I may not like what they're saying because they really should be partial to me, don't you know? They're not. They give me the information from their perspective, and I do what I want with it. And a lot of times I do exactly what I believe they want me to do with it, and it has worked out. So again, hit like, subscribe, share, comment. Let us know what you think. Let us know if you have questions, if you need further clarifications, and we will make sure to have that in another video for you guys. Again, it was a pleasure having this interaction,
Hmm.
and
Just one more thing. If you don't want to put your comment on the channel, you can
yes,
also contact us at our email. It's
yes.
ezra.deen@gmail.com. That's EZRAH period DEEN at gmail.com. You can send
Yes.
your stuff there too, and we'll be happy to read it and look at it and bring it up in another video.
Yes. Thanks again for watching.
Yeah, I
Have
had
a good
fun.
day.
Bye.